Well, so today I'm going to talk about the Azure site recovery. So backup we have already spoke. So we know how to create the backup policy, how to add the virtual machine to the backup, and how to track the backup jobs, progress, and how to do the recovery and all. Okay. But today we are going to talk about the disaster recovery or Azure site recovery. Both Azure Backup and Azure Site Recovery comes under the same resource called Azure Recovery Service Vault. But only difference is between the backup and the site recovery. Backup, you will create the recovery service vault in the same region, but for the DR, you will create the recovery service vault in the DR region or the secondary region. Imagine your primary region is Western Europe and you have selected Northern Europe as your primary region, secondary region. So you have to create the recovery service vault in the secondary region because you are going to protect your virtual machines in the secondary region for in case of disaster happens to restore it from the backup. So now let me try to create the recovery service vault in the DR region or the secondary region. So in my case, Northern Europe is the secondary region. So let me click on create recovery service vault, and I don't have any resource group in the Western Europe, Northern Europe. Let me click on new Northern Europe RG01 dr-rg01. So it is correct. My Northern Europe dr resource group 01. Click on the name. Yes. Give some name. ne hyphen dr hyphen rsv01. Okay. And which location you wanted? I wanted to have it in the Northern Europe. So I'll select North Europe. Yes. Next, redundancy. It should be cross region is visible. That's fine. If you want to enable, you can enable it. 0 should be there. Fine. Encryption, vault properties, rest everything I'll go with the default. Okay, I don't have any problem because it's my test lab environment now. That's okay. So click on review and create. It will take some time to create the recovery service vault, hardly 1 or 2 minutes. We need to wait for this to complete. See, now I have completed the deployment. My recovery service vault, which is in the Northern Europe, got created. See here, Northern Europe DR RSV01. If you want to see that in the portal here, okay. So let me go to the recovery service vault here, and you see here there are two recovery service vaults. One is Western Europe RSV01, which is there in the Western Europe. Okay, that is my primary region. Another one is Northern Europe DR RSV01. Okay, and that is in the North Europe region. See. So now I want to protect my workloads in the DR region for the disaster recovery, okay, to continue BCDR, business continuity and disaster recovery. So what I will do, let me go to the Northern Europe recovery service part now. And here I see the same options, okay. But here instead of backup, I have to go to site recovery. Click on site recovery, okay, and you can see is there anything already added or not. But as of now, I have not added anything. You are also aware of it. Everything is empty. See, nothing is there. Virtual machines are not there. VMware is also not there. Hypervisor also not there. One good thing is this Azure Site Recovery will support your on-premises VMware also, your physical servers also, and Azure also. In my case, I want to enable or configure the site recovery for my Azure virtual machines only, but different region. Okay. Then what I have to do, I have to click on enable site recovery here, plus symbol. Then it will ask you what machines or what systems from where you would like to protect your machines. Protect your infrastructure from disaster recovery from where? Would you like to enable for Azure virtual machines or VMware virtual machines to Azure or Hyper-V to Azure? Okay, but in my case, I have all my workloads available in the Azure. So then I'll click on enable replication under the Azure virtual machines. Click on enable replication. Replication is nothing but you are replicating all your critical workloads from your primary region to the secondary region, which is your DR region. So one copy of the virtual machine and all the data will get copied to the DR region with all the application consistency, all the database consistency and application functionalities, everything will be getting copied one copy in the DR region. Okay. So let me select the region now. The region should be Western Europe here. No, sorry, Northern Europe, because this is source. Source is Western Europe. Sorry, from where you would like to copy the data. In my case, I would like to copy the virtual machines VM01, VM02 from the source. Source is nothing but where your virtual machines are currently resided. That is in Western Europe. Subscription, yes, it's a free trial subscription. And resource group, you know that. See, in the Western Europe, RG01, my both the virtual machines are there. Now it is asking me to select the deployment model. So there are two deployment models are there. One is classic, another one is resource manager. This classic is a older one. So currently it is not in usage. Okay, it has got a separate portal. Okay, you don't have to worry about it because now everything is resource manager. Okay, and it has become obsolete also, the classic one. So it is not available now. You cannot create the virtual machine in the classic now. But it is asking why classic it is giving. If you have your workloads in the classic already, from there also you can pull it out. But in my case, my machines are built in the resource manager. I'm fine. Then disaster recovery between the availability zones. Have we created availability zones? No, because we have not deployed the virtual machines in the availability zone. So let me double check on it. You also do the same thing. Just double check if you have kept virtual machines in the availability zones. But as of now, as far as I am aware, we have not clicked on, I mean, put it under any redundancy. In the overview only it will tell you if something is there. See, DNS is okay, and you don't see anything for the availability. So we are good. There is no availability set or availability zone options configured. So we have just deployed it in the without any high availability. I'm fine. Yeah. Now click on no and click on next. You have defined the source location from where you are pulling the information or pulling the virtual machine information. And now I need to select what and all virtual machines I need to replicate from source to the destination. So in my case, I'm only selecting two virtual machines because these I feel these are the two critical applications, production applications, like your Amazon, like your Flipkart. Because peoples across the world they log in irrespective of the time. In your time zone, you browse and uh, buy the products. In another reason, they will browse and they will serve and they will buy the products. So my business is always 24/7. So these two virtual machines are very critical for me. I will select the virtual machines whom to want to which you want to enable replication. So in my case I have selected two virtual machines. Click on next. Okay. So what I have done here in the previously these two virtual machines are not in the same VNet. If you look at here, VNet are different here. VM01 is in a different VNet. So VNet from two different. This is your Western Europe VNet 01. Okay. Another VM02 is from your Western Europe VNet 02. See, this is Western Europe VNet 02. So by default, you cannot add virtual machine from two VNets, two different VNets. Okay. So if I select both the virtual machines, because you see here, Western Europe VNet 01, VM01 from the VNet 01, Western Europe VM02 from the VNet 02. Okay. If I select both and if I click on next, it says an error. Protection of the virtual machine from multiple source virtual network is not allowed. Select combination of the virtual network virtual machines. Okay, like first you add VM01 and you add VM02. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me add VM01 for now. Okay, so now it is asking me the destination. Okay, see here, this is your target location is Western. Okay, target is Western Europe. 1 second. Yeah, source I have selected. Target now, where you want to move, I want to move it to the North Europe, so I have selected target location as North Europe. And subscription is the same subscription. Okay, if you have multiple subscriptions, you can do multiple subscription as well, as I already told you. And here the target resource group I've already created now. To create the recovery service part, I've created a recovery resource group as well. That is Northern Europe DRRG01. Select that. And you need to create the failover network also. Okay, when you fail over the virtual machines from Western Europe to Northern Europe, to which VNet those virtual machines go and sit, so that you can enable the required ports and do the DNS changes there. So create a new RSV. Okay, fail over RSV, you can give name ne dr vnet rs dsr, no, correct, no, asr, it is asr, Azure Site Recovery. So what I will do, I have created a new VNet now, Northern Europe for DR, and the name is VNet01. And you should always add ASR for identification, quick identification. So you need to put ASR also. So it is Azure Site Recovery. And subnet, you see what subnet mask is here. This is subnet mask is, let me check what is IP subnets here. So if you go to VNets here, IP address should be different now, both the regions, that's fine. If you go to VNet01 and subnets, it is 10.00 or 170. It is 10.00.24. Okay, and this one is 172. So in the Northern Europe, what I have to do, I have to put like 192. I'll put 192.168.1 dot or 0.0. Okay, /16. Okay, subnet name, subnet North Europe dr -subnet 01 -asr. Fine. And the range can be 192.168.0.0/24. So fine. Click on enable. Okay, I have clicked on the I have created the subnet and VNet both. And here it is asking storage is configured separately for each virtual machine. Okay, means when you start the replication, those replications will come and sit in the recovery region, the DR region, in a separate storage account. Okay, so you can, if you want to see and edit, you can do. See here, this VM01, the OS disk is getting replicated. Okay, replica model is this one, and your cache storage account is this one. It is, you will not be able to create it. It automatically creates, but you can see the data here. So confirm the selection, no problem, and click on next. And replication policy, 24-hour replication policy. By default, all the data every now and then, every seconds, the data should get replicated. Okay, and click on next and enable the replication. Now what I have done, I have enabled one virtual machine in order to do the replication. Okay, now let us complete this one. Once the completion is once this progress is completed, then what I will do, I will try to add VM02 also to the same recovery service vault and to the same site recovery plan. Okay, so let us wait for this to complete. Then see, now the enabling the replication for the VM1 is in progress. Meantime, I will also try to enable the second virtual machine VM02 also. So I just came here, Northern Europe, I'll go to the recovery service vault, go to the Northern Europe or DR recovery service vault, click on enable replication or site recovery. Okay, and again I have to enable the replication here. Yes, I am clicking on the replication, selecting the source. My source is in Western Europe, and this is all correct by default. Click on next, and here selecting the virtual machine can be selected VM02 now. okay, because already VM01 is added. Click on next, and target you need to select now. The target is my North Europe. Select the Northern Europe here, free trial subscription, and the resource group can be select, the same can be select, okay, and VNet already there, ASR VNet, select that same VNet and subnet, click on next, and see one more storage account got created here, okay. So find next and enable the replication. Now you see I can put the virtual machine from the two different VNet to the same DR VNet, actually in the recovery service vault, okay. So but when you try to add both the virtual machines at a time, it was not possible, because it says you cannot add same time virtual machine from two different VNets. So what you have to do, you have to, when you have virtual machines in a different VNet, you need to add one at a time, or you need to segregate what are all from the same region, select VNet, select them first, and remaining select in the next option, okay, next attempt. So now this is in progress. The replication you can see, enabling the replication for VM1 and VM, both are in actually. Now you can go meantime here, you can go to the site recovery option here. Here you will see some progress now. Graphical representation and all will come here. Yeah, let us wait for this to enable, I mean the replication to enable, and then I'll show you the options. See, I can see the replication for VM1 is completed, it seems. Let me refresh. Let me go to the recovery service vault, go to the site recovery here, refreshing. You see here, one replication health is there. You can see the warnings and all here. One virtual machine is there. See, virtual machine 1, there is a storage cache account got created, and you see here Azure site recovery, using Azure site recovery, and this is your primary region, this is your secondary region as recovery, I mean DR region, and it should get replicate now. Everything gets storage here. Once you, I mean as and when the time falls, all the data will come and sit in the storage account here, okay. So but if you go to site recovery here, replicated items, you should see the VM. See, one virtual machine is Western Europe VM01 healthy, and it is 0% synchronized. Once it is 100% synchronized, you can click on this virtual machine, and here you see option failover, test failover, cleanup failover, commit, all those things are there. So we will do one thing, it will take much time. We can stop the recording for now, and after some time we can reconvene, okay, and then I will show you how to do the test failover, backup, cleanup failover, and actual failure, all those things, okay. But in today's class, you learned how to create a recovery service vault in the DR region, and how to add the source virtual machine to the destination or the target region, okay, and enabling the replication. So in tomorrow's class, what we will do, we will show you how to do the failover, failback, all those things, okay. So let me stop the recording for now, and protected item. See, replicated item still it is there. One more VM is getting protected, it seems. The VM02 has not yet came na here. Yeah, fine then, thanks guys, let me stop the recording.